first-hand point of view via the GoPro Hero 6. With the GoPro breakdown, we're into the final quarterfinal number 4 with Barron Mamiya, Italo Ferreira, Patrick Gudauskas, and Sebastian Zietz all out in the water. At the end of that last heat, we were waiting for a score for Lucas Silveira. Wasn't enough. Lucas Silveira and Vasco Ribeiro were at that break. Barron Mamiya started off with a great wave, a 7.33 for this one.
Well, let's see what he does. He tags it. .733.
Big turn, big number, 7.33. Here's Italo Ferreira on the replay.
On the backhand hint here for Italo, who has been spot on and does shove-its at sunset.
He likes those.
He's doing them. At some point, he'll probably do it off the lip.
Pat Gudauskas attacking the lip, fading. Strong bottom turn, hacks it under the lip. And that's going to be a good score for Patty G.
I love his end claim kind of body. At the bottom. Yeah, he does that little bird flick of the arms.
Barron Mamiya hooking into his first turn. Gets back for another little carve before he's going to kick out in front of both Italo.
Take a look at Patrick Gudauskas. He has been pushing himself deeper in the lineup. And good first turn. Nice layback his second turn, and that was done in a nice vertical section. So that will score very high, I think. See what Barron does. Again, carrying so much speed on that little shorter equipment. Board's been stuck to his feet.
In the box, we're talking about how you're a little bit of a sleeper dark horse for the Triple Crown. You made the semis at Haleiwa, and then you're back in the semis here, and you have a great opportunity at Pipe. Is sitting solidly on the CT in number 8 position. Is that kind of something that you're going to start focusing on?
And I love the gold checklist from Kolohe and Dino. A couple of semifinals, want to end up in the top 5, and unfortunate for Italo Ferreira.
Dino going to be a grandpa?
Oh, here we go with Barron Mamiya. This young man has been on fire so far through the World Cup. Continues on. Oh, and a nice finish for Barron Mamiya. 17 years old. We're going to take a replay of Barron first.
And takes off in this wave, and of course has the read. The beginning section was a little soppy. He went, you know what? It's going to load up through the inside ball, which it does. And feels like this wave was almost over, and no, he finds another section right on top of the caddies' heads. And
slow-mo.
You know, he doesn't seem to be able to do any wrong. I mean, and those turns there have been so solid. And one of the best 17-year-olds in the world right now. I mean, because he can do it all. Surf sunset, he can do the airs on waves, you can do. Oh, actually, looking at. We'll get back to that.
The Sebastian Zietz is carving off the top, back up into the lip. They're comboing it up, making his way through some ribs. Doesn't bother him. Seabass attacking that wave, and he's going to bring in his best wave score so far in quarterfinal number 4.
Take a look when we look at this replay, how low he gets off the bottom. Compresses off the bottom, especially this second one where he loads up. Look at compress right into it, and that's perfect for timing. You can load up off the bottom, and you can pick this perfect spot to place your board, which he does. Good surfing there.
17 in the 5 10,000s that we have on the calendar in 2017. This is Barron Mamiya while we were away.
And he's got that front side carve down pat, and rather than go for it, which we saw on his first wave, last second decision to pull into the barrel. And look at this wave. I mean, he has been in the right spot, so he's pitting himself. He's putting himself underneath and in.
And got there.
Yeah.
Sebastian Zietz gets through that first carve. Oh, goes for the club sandwich. And not enough of a steep wall to pull off that. Just
it's a little tougher place to do it.
Pat Gudauskas looking to back up his 8.17 and hangs on.
He questioned himself, like, mid-face bottom turn and connect with the lip again.
Italo answering back. That razor-sharp backhand of Ferreira on display. That wave didn't give him if he wants to make it into the semifinals. Here's a replay of Pat Gudauskas.
Okay, good size set wave. The first maneuver here compresses his bottom turn, carves, and gets right back up to it. Free falls down and pulls it off. And you know, it's so funny how one wave can determine a season sometimes. And is it this backup wave that's going to determine a season? It could very well be.
Gosh, got that turn and it right back up to the lip for the 2-for-1 special right there.
He looks at his brother Dane. And this is Italo Ferreira. The quick carve snap and then straight into it. Not the most vertical sections. So again, that takes away from the difficulty of the maneuver.
Am I beating you?
No.
Italo Ferreira coming back right now with a big hook off the top. Regains composure after some tricky water there. Gets 2 snaps in. That's enough. Kicks out into the channel, and this could be the beginning of his comeback right now.
In the excellent range. And look at, when you're in rhythm.
When you're in rhythm, good things happen. Pat G goes for the under the lip snap. It's a little shampoo. Kicks out.
Oh, look at strategy. He's playing some strategy here.
Now he's going to want to race Italo Ferreira back to the lineup and get in line above him on the priority ladder.
I love it until he wins this thing.
Italo Ferreira surfing for a 5.94. Slams that section. Comes around the bottom. Finds some open face for a carve. Ferreira rolls through a cutback and kicks out. Last wave was a 7.2. Look at it. I think he got it. Check it out, Peter. You tell me.
First turn here is awesome. And then straight back into it again. Carves through it.
That's a replay of the 7.2.
Yes.
So that's the replay of the 7.2. We got to take another look at the last wave here that Italo needs a 5.94.
It's a nice turn, but this wave lets him down right here.
Yeah, that's going to be the difference. You're right.
I mean, it was more of a transition maneuver on that first one. Turn, he really couldn't overly commit because he knew he wanted to get back to the open face. And then once he got there again, this is nice. But again, projects down the line. I mean, that's what's so neat about Italo is that even his transition moves have a certain level of dynamics to it that you have to score it. Just because he gets a little pop out of it or he gets a little...
Italo knows exactly what a score feels like. Here's the replay, Peter.
Another zesty carves back to back. And 5.94.
5.94. Here's the slow motion.
Well, this is the angle too where the judges are looking at. They're up the beach a little bit. So they'll be seeing this here.
So what's the number for a couple of backhand scratching? Seabass wants to get into the conversation. Sebastian Zietz looks for the barrel, finds the barrel, and come on, Seabass.
Oh, I don't know what happened.
No exit this time. In third place, here's a replay of the barrel for Sebastian Zietz.
And look at that, he sees it down the line, sets it up, slows down just ever so slightly. And again, just with that higher tide, so tough to keep those waves open. See him slow down slightly, and then there, just too small, even for a sea bass.
Yeah, Barron Mamiya utilizing priority. Mamiya.
That felt like it was a bit of a defensive move over
playing
Italo.
a little defense with Italo Ferreira. Not here. It finalized. So when things go right, they go right. And this heat went right for Pat Gudauskas. See, like the lips can't knock him over. He's getting big scores.
Still has
He's
work
coming
to do.
in. He still has 2 more good waves.
To a berth back on that championship tour, he has been working hard.
We're coming back with the semifinals here at the Vans World Cup of Surfing. Stick around.